Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we have stalled out a little bit. Now that we have entered America, it's getting a little bit more complicated to push through here, mostly because this is an extremely wide front. And our Texas logistics are not necessarily the best. We may want to attempt to fly in a few extra supplies from, say, this airbase. That might not be the worst idea. We can add in a group of transport planes, if I can find them in this extensive list. There's a lot of them. Here they are. Wait, here they are. Okay, there we go. So we'll add them in. We'll try 200. And we want to supply this region. And we'll see what that costs us. They are still trying to get there for now. And now they're arriving. We're going to need additional airplanes over here, of course. We've only got the one. I'm wondering what our efficiency is currently. Okay, it's reasonable, is the answer. I wish we had some better air bases, but this is about the best we've got. This is a huge supply zone, the Southwest. Okay, we have 20. We could actually potentially afford to put more ground crews in there. And let's see what effect that has on our supplies. Okay, we're getting around 5 air supply. I like it. Oh, we've pushed up over here. That's fantastic. Oh, we've gotten Oklahoma City. We definitely need to build infrastructure here. That is 1,000,000% needing to happen. Hopefully we hold Oklahoma City. So far it looks good. The Free Indian troops definitely helping out. Where are all these guys going? Oh, they're just kind of walking around. Okay. I just want to take a look at how our movements are looking. Yeah, this is looking good. Fantastic. Oh, we do have an unassigned division, and we should just plop that into this army. And off it goes. This one's also unassigned. There we go. Off it goes too. How are we doing on our resources? It's been better. Oh wow, we're winning a lot of attacks there. Or rather, a lot of defenses. They launched a bit of an offensive there. Okay, well that's fine. We are continuing to take bits of Chickasaw. Chickasaw will capitulate relatively soon, though, because if we look in here, we can see they are currently 51% towards capitulation. We grab Vicksburg and Santa Fe, and it might be over. Of course, this is not part of them. We grab a few more victory points, and Chickasaw will give up. That's the moral of the story there. But this is definitely moving a little bit more slowly, but that's okay. I don't really mind that. Oh, did we grab Santa Fe? No, they're just moving troops. Okay, they did not retreat from that. They're currently attacking Oklahoma City, but Oklahoma City is building infrastructure. We lost this territory, that's okay. We don't really care about that. We did just lose a big chunk of troops from this army, though. So these guys should definitely come reinforce that. Any other unassigned? Nope. Okay. I think we should maybe think about stepping up recruitment a little bit, though. Like an additional unit of assault and marine and armored. We'll leave paratroopers where they are, though. Excellent. Because I'd like to leverage a little bit more recruitment here. Because we are certainly taking a few losses here and there. Oklahoma City is still under our control, and we're getting close to building additional infrastructure there. That's great. We definitely should not declare on anybody else, though. I think that's pretty clear at this point. We definitely should not bring anyone else into this war for now. Ojibwa is currently at 11.28 million manpower. Okay. I mean, that's coming down, but not very quickly. I'd love to take New Mexico and start working on infrastructure there for purposes of bringing additional supply into Texas. That would be very, very nice to do. Unfortunately, I don't think that's currently that feasible. Our major issue right now is definitely supplies in the Texas region. There's no doubt about that. Everywhere else we're doing okay on supplies. Our other two states, or supply zones rather, that we are fighting in. Those are doing fine. It's just the Texas supply zone that's really struggling right now. And we have to keep going. That's all there is to it. We currently control almost all of Texas, which is great. If we can control all of Texas, then we can get this infrastructure repaired, which will go a long, long ways towards alleviating our supply issue. And we just grabbed another province of Texas, and we lost it. Okay. Just instant. And we got it again. Well, not quite yet. We're about to get it. And one of these days, anytime now, there we go, we got it again. Perfect. We're trying to move reinforcements in there, though, and that's proving to be challenging. I think our reinforcements may get there. Yeah, we were winning that briefly. These guys are going to retreat. But I think our reinforcements may get there in time before they get there. Hopefully. At any rate, we're doing pretty well over here. We may want to step up our recruitment of infantry, like add one additional unit here. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, just these 3 provinces now, since we just lost this one. It's definitely a supply issue in Texas. There's no doubt about that. However, look at this. This is a different supply region. This is in Louisiana. If we hold that, I don't think that we hold that. Regardless, the ebb and flow is overall flowing in our favor, I think. And yeah, I'm not surprised by this. Okay. Overall, I think it's in our favor. And we did just bring in a bunch of new people into this war. So this is not altogether unsurprising. We have to chip through their supplies. We have to chip through their manpower. We did get pushed out of there. That's fine. We are, of course, recruiting additional troops, and they will be done relatively soon. We could deploy them at any time, but we're not going to. These guys are currently not able to advance, and I'm wondering where they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be over here. Why don't you come on over? It's basically 100% a supply issue over here. We need to get more supplies into this region. Unfortunately, it's our local infrastructure that's the problem. Did we lose access to Oklahoma City? We did. We did build a level of infrastructure up there. Well, we're currently in the ebb part of the ebb and flow. There's no doubt about that. I'm actually going to early deploy these 2 units as well as these 2 units. And we're going to get them traveling on over, and they'll get the rest of their training on the battlefield. Excellent. Well, like I said, we are stepping up our recruitment, and we should, in theory... Ooh, we are getting pushed back pretty heavily over here. It's 100% to do with supplies, though. That's what this is. This is a supply issue, a logistical issue. And the question is, how do we fix this? Well, that's a good question. I mean, giving some ground is not the worst idea, right? We do want to have this army have a commander. That would be helpful. Yeah. Giving some ground is not the worst thing here right now, but ultimately what we want them to do is exhaust themselves on our line. We did just take back Oklahoma City, so that's a great thing. We're going to get that started again. Hopefully we hold it. And if we can just take the rest of Texas, that will go a long ways so that we can actually repair the infrastructure here. That's our primary goal right now. Like, I would love it if these guys would attack here. Do I think they're going to succeed? No. But I would love it if they'd do it. Yeah, and that's completely fine. I didn't expect them to succeed that. Why do we only have 1 division here? Well, again, this is a logistical issue. We have a bunch of divisions sitting back here, unable to move forward. Because we just have 118 out of 85 supply here. Now, we got pushed back out of Oklahoma City. That's fine. We did take another province over here. This is some bitter fighting. There's no doubt about that. And it's kind of swinging against us a little bit, but I don't think they can keep this up, right? Like, we know that Chickasaw is already pretty exhausted. They're up to 183k. Okay, so they upped their recruitment. Fair enough. Navajo is exhausted. Ojibwa is... They're doing okay, but they're also not the brunt of this fighting. A lot of their troops are back in their home territory. We are making some pushes over here in East Texas. Although we're also taking some hits over here in East Texas. This guy just keeps losing forces. I mean, he is definitely taking a fair amount of hits there. We've taken this back. Excellent. If we can just take and hold Texas. New Mexico we're kind of crumbling in, though. This is supposed to be Army Group... What army is supposed to be assigned to this? This is supposed to be Army Group 4 that holds this section. Okay. New Mexico is definitely crumbling a little bit right now. But that's okay. We are going to bring in additional troops. And in fact, maybe we should just deploy a whole bunch right now. Like, once they get to 20%, just deploy them. And then send them on over. And then from there, no more deployments. We could do that. And it also bears noting that some of these we're struggling with, of course, because we have some weaker units here, right? We deployed in some substantially weaker units. But any new reinforcements that are coming in are much, much stronger units. And that is definitely something to also consider. But we have way more manpower and way more production than these guys do, so I highly doubt that they're going to be able to keep this attrition war up for too much longer. The ebb and flow is currently flowing against us, But overall, we're doing okay here considering our overall situation. Now, I do want to potentially attempt to run more war propaganda. Excellent. We're up to 64% war support. So that's great. Excellent. And let's think about deploying these units now. These guys are only at 16% right now. Yeah, we should probably wait until these units are ready to go. And then we'll just send over a new wave. Yes, they won't be fully trained, but future ones will. Because I just want to get these army groups to full size, is the main goal here. Because we're definitely losing some ground, and I'm not okay with that. But again, this is all to do with logistics. Overall, I think this is okay. We nearly have all of Texas, but the problem is there's just no infrastructure there because it's just been so wrecked by these combats. Fair enough. Fair enough. I want to assign this transport wing over to, say, this army. Excellent. Okay, we're getting pushed back out of New Mexico still. But again, let's bring in some reinforcements. Okay, let's bring in all of these guys. And we're going to assign them over to this army group first. Excellent. And then any remaining get assigned over to this army group. Something along the lines of this. So that is a pretty large set of reinforcements on the way in. Excellent. We're only short 5 units at this point. So those guys will come in, and once they reach the front, hopefully that will turn the tide here. Now, they're a little green, no doubt, but they'll get over that, or die trying, one or the other. Hard to tell. Now we're continuing to fight over this region. I definitely didn't expect it to stall out here. But it's all to do with the fact that these 3 states are all in the same supply region. And Texas is just such a huge state to have in one supply region, let alone toss in Oklahoma and New Mexico. I was going to say Kansas. It's not Kansas. It's just kind of insane. Yeah, there's these free Indian troops, but this is a very wide front. We gotta get these reinforcements in. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to be throwing any armies away, that's for sure. We're a very wide front here, but it's still basically only 3 supply zones wide. This is such a huge supply zone. And if we can get that under our control, that's it. Looking at these supply zones, that might be GG. We might struggle a bit with this one. But at that point, I'm not sure how much it actually matters. So, where are those reinforcements at? They are about halfway over the Atlantic at this point. Good. Let's see what we can do as far as construction goes. Very little. Okay. So we're basically just waiting for the reinforcements to arrive at the front. That's all this is. Lost another 2 divisions here. Oof. That's definitely tough right now. Who are these guys? Hang on, who are these guys? Kalaturis. Okay, Kalaturis has shown up. Excellent. some Free Indian troops, some Kalachurian troops. Kalachuris. Who exactly is that? That's these guys. I knew it was somewhere in this region. Okay, so they're in our faction. I did not actually realize that. Oh yeah, they absolutely are. Wonderful. Tibet isn't. Tibet is fighting a defensive war, but it's Ming, and Ming actually can't get to Tibet through Free India without declaring on Free India. And they don't seem to be interested, and for that, I'm very, very grateful. I am also not interested currently in fighting against Ming. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. New Mexico appears to be kind of coming back here. We just can't get our hands on all of Texas. We always are missing like 3 to 6 provinces. Pretty exciting stuff, that. Regardless, our reinforcements are on the way in and should be here rather soon. Yeah, they're arriving. That's pretty excellent. I'm definitely noticing us leaving areas undefended, and I think that that's primarily to do with just how big this front actually is. Like, this is a ridiculous-sized front. There's no doubt about that. To some degree, I'm definitely regretting bringing Navajo into this war. I feel like it was going much better before then. That said, I also feel like these guys will eventually exhaust themselves. Like, this is mostly Ojibwa and Navajo over here, right? Yeah, mostly. We're not attacking, really, because we are looking to take New Mexico and attack over in this direction, like New Mexico and North Texas, and that makes a lot of sense logistically. This push also makes a lot of sense logistically. And overall, I think the reason we're falling back here is because we don't really have that much of a focus going up into, like, Kansas. Not yet, anyway. 13 out of 24. Oh my. That is a big loss that we lost there. Okay. How's Ojibwa doing on their manpower? They're definitely coming down. We need, I think, to be recruiting even more. Gonna take this to 10. 5. 5. Our manpower is going to start plummeting. But it's mostly because we're converting it from stored manpower into fielded manpower. Excellent. Let's get that underway, and then we'll be able to bring in more well-trained reinforcements. I'm going to hold off on deploying these, and we're just going to let them tick on in. It will definitely take them time to do so. But that's okay. Even if they push us back to here, like, whatever, they can't push through this choke point. I guarantee you they cannot. So I'm completely content with this right now. I mean, I'm not okay with having some of our forces getting overrun, that's for sure. That is something I'm very not okay with. But at the same time, I don't think they can keep this up. I really, really don't. They can try, but I don't think they can succeed. I think ultimately it's only a matter of time until we get there. And so that is the tech that we're taking here. That's the plan, is to just let them exhaust themselves. If we have to, we'll pull back a little bit to more defensible territory. And from this state here, we would be able to just really push them hard. So if we have to ebb all the way back to here, we'll do that so that we can flow all the way up to this line. I don't think we'll have to ebb that far, though. I really, really don't. That said, we may want to tell these guys, hey, maybe switch over to a balanced execution for now. Just because I don't want to be losing quite this many regiments So we'll flop them over, and we'll call that good. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue attempting to push into Chickasaw. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.